Okay, so good evening, guys. Some basics might be taken from Sandeep sir might have taken the basics, okay, but still I will be repeating some of the nodes or the commands, okay. So have you seen what is watch and this? Just a quick review I will be doing. So numbers. So numbers, you can create a number like this, okay. You can directly input the value that you need, and over here you have the number. The second thing is number slider. You can, with the help of number slider, you can give minimum what is the value for your sliding thing, okay, and maximum and step. So what is this useful for? Let's say you have to just move it and literally see something in the design that is changing slightly, okay. So you have to see the movement in the design. So we have some complex designs, and one of the lines or the curves, you have to see slightly by changing numbers what it happens. So instead of directly using this, we can use the number slider, okay. So we have minimum, maximum, and what is the step that we need. So you can change the steps over here, and over here you can see the steps has been changed. After that you have watch. So what is an watch? So let's say I give add command. These are the simple operators. So if I give x, y, okay, and over here at the bottom you can see the number, that is the addition of 201 and 12. Okay, let's see, you want to see the command, click on watch, and you can connect this node over here. So you can directly see this 213 the value. Instead of that, if you click on this, pin this, you can directly see the value over here, or you can unpin this, but whenever you hover, that only time you can see the value. So watch node can be used at that time as well. So we have some other nodes, that is less than, okay, less than. So what less than can mean for us? So if I connect this, let's reduce this number, I'm reducing this number 20 and 12. So you are having this false value. So in the dynamo terms or the programming language, this is known as a boolean. So true and false is known as a boolean itself, okay. If you are having any doubts, you can stop me in between, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the boolean, that is true or false. So you can see less than, x is less than y, it is false, because 20 is not less than 12. It does not work like it is showing greater than or anything. It is showing less than, that means it will measure x with y, okay. So x will be to your left and y will be to your right. So it will be having the boolean. So you can see, if you want to give any boolean command, so you can just type boolean, and you can directly give true or false, okay. This is the input you can give directly. So this is known as a boolean, that's why I told you true and false. After that there is a list create. So list, whatever list you want, okay, you can connect this with this with this, okay. So if I hover over this and pin this, you're not seeing anything, the list is not visible, okay, because we have given some individual items. But let's just create this watch. Hold control, drag this, a duplicate of the node will be created. Okay, clear for you?
Alt control.
Yes, we have to hold the control button and just drag this. We have to select this, hold control button and drag this. Okay. So you can give list. Still it is showing a function because this is not created. Okay. Let's just add more numbers. So I can simply take this. Now you can see the list is complete. That's why it is showing me the whole thing. Let's say I have not connected this. So click on this, you will disconnect it and click at the side. So this will be disconnected. So still it is showing a function because your list you have given item 0, 1, 2, 3. Always remember the counting in the Dynamo programming or let's say programming language, we have starting count from 0, 1, 2, 3, but the items we are having is 4. So it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, but the item counting starts from 0 index itself. So you can see this is the 0th index, this is the 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, so as soon as I give this, the values are created. Okay, so in the computer science world, it will be starting with the 0 itself. So if anyone has done the C++ or C, they might be knowing it. After that, we have sequence. So what is a sequence node? Let's see. And what is the difference between sequence and range? So let's take this sequence, and over here I have range as well. So range. So let's see what is the difference. So you can select this and move it at the side, and you can have this numbers over here. The whole thing is selected, that's why. Just select the numbers. Just let's take only 3. Okay, and we'll be giving same inputs to this. Okay, and let's see what is the difference between sequence and range. So if I connect, this will be start. After that we have amount. So initially all this will be, see over here. So the start is at 20 and this is at 10. So we have some initial amount. So you can see default value over there. As I hover over this, we have some default value. So values are 10. Let me pin this so you can see, just a minute. Yeah. So you can see the counting starts from 0 itself. So this is also a list. Sequence creates a list, range also creates the list, and we also use the list create option to create a list. So use of list are different. We'll be seeing this further classes as well. After that, let's give some value. So if I give 5, so you can see 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these are the 5 numbers. So starting from 20, it will be having one step. So step default value is 1. So let's say I give value as, let's say 4, and connect this. So you can see it starts 20, 24, 28. So the step is the difference between each number. So there should be a difference of 4. So you can see amount is the how much numbers you want, and the 4 is the this step between each. So let's give this same thing over here. Okay, so it should start at let's say 20. Okay, but end, you cannot give a value which starts at 20 and end should be less than 20, right? It will be an let's say an error for this, because it's behind this also there is Python programming only. The nodes are using Python program. Okay, Dynamo works on the Python program. Okay, so as your input will be wrong, this will get an error. So I will be increasing this value. Let's say I increase it to 50 and give this as end, and step will be 4. So what happens in this is, so what happens in the range is it starts at 20. Okay, so our start is 20. You are basically giving the inputs for this. So end, it should end at what I have given 50, but it has ended before 50 because our step value is number 4, and Over here, after 48, if we give the step of 4, it will be 52. That's why it has ended over here, and you have the elements 8. So in this range, you cannot determine the number of amount of elements or the list items. You cannot determine over here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are known as the index over here. Okay. So you cannot determine in this, but in this you can determine in the sequence. But in the range, we determine from where to start and where to end. This will be very much helpful when you're placing families, like let's say in a classroom, you want to place the desk. So you know the distance between width and length, you know, of a classroom. So there this can be useful. Okay, this is a type of programming only, but we are using visual nodes. We don't have to type manually. This is the difference between Dynamo and manual programming, that is with the Python itself. Okay, so let's say you want to create a group of anything. Let's say you want to create group of numbers. Let's say this is input over here for this. Okay, so you want to create group. So you can select this and just press Ctrl G. Okay, so you can see a group is created of this all number. So you can give this name. Okay, so let's say input. You can call this as an input. We'll be further seeing why this is needed, because if you have huge dynamic programming, okay, you have done many number of nodes. Are, let's say you are making a stadium and you're giving many number of nodes over here, inputs are there, you cannot identify which is what, because there will be all, and let's say confusion will be there from where the links are going, where are the nodes. Okay, for that we have this. So you can give different colors as well. Right click on this, you have different colors, you have font size to determine for this input. Okay, you can ungroup the things and delete the group. This is simple. You can give pink color if you want, you can give that as well. After that, let's say if you want to add to this sequence a particular number you want to add. So the simple thing will be to give add. Okay. I'll give this sequence as X, and let's say I want to add a particular number. I can just simply hold this, take it over here, give this as an input, and let's say 10. So whatever the list is there, to each number, to each sequence, the 10 number will be added. So let's see this. So you can see 20 has become 30, 24, 34, 28, 38, 32, 42, and 36, 46. But let's say you add this two, okay, you add a range and sequence. So it will not give an output, because see how much output we have got, only this numbers. The further numbers we don't have, because this is your y and this is your x. So let's interchange this and see what happens. Okay, can you understand? It will remain the same, because only the numbers from this first four and this first four will be added. So you can see 20 and 20 is added to 40, 24 and 21 is added to 45. So it is adding just the 0 and 0, 1 and 1, 2 and 2. Okay, the second index number of this is added with the second index number of this. But you can change this. Right click on this. Over here you have a lacing. So lacing means that you have to multiply all your x. Let's say you have to multiply all this 0 with all these numbers over here, or add all with these numbers over here. Okay, these are many numbers over here, you can see. So if you want to add this to all these numbers, we have the lacing. So if I click on lacing, one thing before doing anything, just remember that Dynamo works on the Revit platform itself. Okay, this is not working right now as a standalone software. For the standalone software, you have separate Dynamo sandbox. So let's say you do something and there is an error created, or infinite loop is created for the programming language. Okay, so it goes on infinitely and never stops. Like this, if loop is created, this will directly stop working. Okay, and due to that, if you have done something work on the Revit, that may also you may lose. So remember that to save the work what you have done, and try that to avoid errors before doing anything. Just try to make sure that what you're going to do. If I right click on this and lacing, in the lacing you can have different. So I have cross product. So cross product, what has happened in the cross product, let's see. So 20 is added with the 20, you have 40. Okay, like this, all the cross products things means your x over here and y will be cross multiplied. So let's see what has happened over here. Let's see, this is 20 and this is 20, so we have got 40. Let's see one element, this is 21 and this is 24, so this is 45. We see this 1 and 1 in the first list and 1 over here, 45. Okay, so where is this 44 number coming from? Let's see. So we have this 22, no,
24 and 20. 20 and 20.
yeah, 24 and 20. Okay, yeah. So this is happening. This is I've taken a big example, so I'm not able to explain this. See, the 20 and this, sorry, this 24 and this 20. After that, this 28 and this 20. So it is 48. After that, this 32 and this 20. So this is cross product. Instead of this, I had done only the shortest thing, auto. You'll get the only this 20 and this additions. Okay, one time only, zeroth index with the zero index. So this can be changed. We'll be seeing in the further classes use of this different lacing and cross product things. It will help us to place the families, like I said, in the classroom, because using the array command in the Revit, it's like just you can create all the X layer first, and then you can again copy paste and make an array of in the Y direction. Okay, so you have to two times do this. Instead of that, with the help of Dynamo, you can easily do it. Okay, so point by coordinate. Have you learned that how to create a point by coordinate?
Yes.
Yeah. So the simple thing is point by coordinate. This will be using many times. Okay, so this is directly showing reference point by coordinates. We don't want reference points. Yeah, over here we have by coordinates. So x, y, z. And remember one more thing is that when you're running a big dynamo, this nodes and everything, okay, big programming you're going to do, remember to make this manual. Okay, so let's say anything is going to go wrong, and if you run this, it will be okay, but it will be automatically running if you get any nodes, and while giving just you give the connections and it will run automatically, and that can create like it can block or stop your working procedures. Okay, so remember that when you're working on small things, you can work on automatic this uh, sorry, what I can say is automatic command. And when you're working on the big things like creating 3D views or anything, you're creating a model in a 3D, remember to select manual, so you can every time click the run. So for point by coordinates, the value right now is x is equals to 0, y is equals to 0, and z is equals to 0. Okay, so over here you can see a point is created at x, y, z is equals to 0. So simply for this, we can give the number inputs. And whatever the value you change, see right now this is not running. I have to click on run, then only this point is shifted. Okay, if I give this as 5, run, I'll make it automatic. For now we are just dealing with the points. So you can see this xyz values will be changing. So you have seen the points. I will go to string now. Okay, so what is a string? Do you know what is a string? Anyone?
No, sir. String.
Okay. Okay, so string is a letters in the computer science language. Okay, for the text you can see. So we have this string. So over here you can type anything. Let's say I type that this is a string. I'm giving space in between. This is a string. Okay, so we have given this text. Now let's say I want to change all of this case, that is our uppercase and lowercase. Okay, in the alphabets we have uppercase and the lowercase. So over here you can have string dot change case. Click on this. I'm giving this value, but still I don't get any information. So over here you have upper. So like I told you, we have a node that is for the boolean, that is true or false. So over here you can see there is just upper. So what we will do is get the boolean, that is a true or false node. Just connect this. So now I am saying false. False means don't convert this into an uppercase. So you can see this is not converted into an uppercase, it is converted into a lowercase. So the capital T or the uppercase P you can see is converted into lowercase. Or let's say I give true. So true means convert it into an uppercase. So you have this is a string, right? So this is where you might be thinking that where can be this can be used. Okay, so basically let's say you have created a sheet, nice sheet you have created, but later on you find out that your things are given in this way, and let's say your boss say that you want everything in the uppercase. I don't want to see it in the lowercase. Any letter should not be in a lowercase. So at that time this can be used. Okay, at that time the change case can help you a lot. So we'll be seeing for the string only, different nodes we'll be seeing, and after that we'll stop. Okay, just a second, just give me a second. Okay, so now let's say you want to replace a text from here or anything. Let's say s you want to replace or anything. For that we have a node is string replace. So string dot replace. So this is my string, so I am giving this as an input. After that search for. Okay, so what you want it to be searched for. Let's say I'm giving it to search spaces. Okay, the space between this, can you see there is a space over here between this and is and a. I have given spaces, so I have given just over here space that you cannot see that. I click on search for spaces. After that what I want it to be replaced with, so I'll copy this again and replace it with an underscore. Can you see over here underscore visible for you? Yeah, I click this. So you can see it is replaced. Whatever the space was there in between this and is and a, it is replaced with the underscore. So the same function you can say whatever the text you are having in the sheets, or let's say you have given in the name is, you have used the tags, right? Have you given the tags or the room names? You have used it, right, in the Revit for different elements. You have used the tags. So you want to change the naming uppercase, or you have to give some spaces in it, you have to change some text style. Okay, so this can be used over there similarly. So string count occurrences. So let's say I want to count how many s are there in this text. So we have string dot count occurrences. So I'm giving this only string over here. Search for, let's say I wanted to search for with the spaces only, how many spaces are there in this. And if I go, you can see there are, it's giving me the count, 3 spaces are there in between this. So what are the 3 spaces? Between this and is, there is an space. Between is and a, there is an space. Between a and string, we have a space again. Okay, so that it has counted. Let's say I want to count in this text or the string how many s are there. So, or otherwise you can choose, yeah, let's say s, and you can see there are 3 s in it. So if I give a, let's say how many a's are there. So you can see only one a is there. So you can see only one a is present in this. Clear for you?
Yes.
Any doubts up till here? Okay. After that, we have one more thing, that is string length. So what is the length of the string? So how many characters are present, or spaces and everything are present over here? So 16. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and between the spaces again. Okay, 14, 15, and 16. So we have the string count, that is the letters as well as spaces it is counting for us. And after that, we have one more, that is string dot split. So it says string that if present determine the end and start of a split. Okay, so over here let's say give a as an our input. Now replication guide will be added. So you can see this is an string. Okay, it is with a, we have given input as a, so a is working as a separator. So this a is being as a separator, and this is and string, this will be cancelled. Okay, so if you have examples, you'll be understanding the use of this. Okay, so we'll be seeing the examples in the next lectures. So it is clear up till here? Anyone has any doubts?
No.
No, sir.
Any doubts? It's clear for you, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll be stopping here for today. I have another class. Sandeep sir, I'll stop here.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar.
Yes sir.
It's a
Thank you
great
sir.
session. Okay.